will learn about libraries and modules in Python. So basically, what are libraries and modules? So let's understand first what is module. Module is basically a collection of functions, lists, and some data. For example, you created one file and it has multiple functions. You can call it as a single module. And after it, what is libraries? So libraries are just basically a collection of modules. So you can understand it like there's multiple files, Python files, and they are inside in one folder. So you can say that folder as a one library. Okay, let's see one example here. Let me try. Okay, let's say my module name is my mod. Okay, now change my directory to my mod, and after that, if I list, so there are no files here. Now after this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create some of the files. Okay, so let's say f1.py, f2.py, and f3.py, and let it code it. So here we got our one Python file. So let me also show you the structure of this. You can see a structure in your command prompt also. I don't have to model this. If I go to cd mod, okay, if you open a PowerShell, you can also see the tree, because you can also see from here ls-l if you are in Bash or Linux, and for CMD you can try dir. It will directly give all of the file folders, and else you can, for better visualization, you can use PowerShell. It has one command which is known as tree. Maybe it is for Linux also it's available, but it is not a good bash. So now if I change my directory in my mod, and if I do a tree, or for more better version, you can visit like tree/f. Okay, we need only for my mod. Now if I do tree/f, so you can see I got these three files in this directory. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create some function. Let's say f1, then this is f1, and after this, let's go for f2. We are going to define for f2. Basically, I'm just creating an example here, show you how these things work. This is f2, and this is for f3. And this is f3. So in this way, we have three functions of f1, f2, and f3. And if you try to do the tree command for this, you'll get like f1, f2, f3 for each of them. And let's try this in Python module. So if I do in Python, okay, and after this, if I'm going to import my mod, it is not taking. Actually, I have different folders. You have to run that from where you want to have. So here we go. I can check there. So I imported my mod. So what does this mean? I can access all of these three functions like my mod dot f1 dot f1 from my mod or all. And now if I have f1, it is still showing one. So as you can see, we have this my mod name folder. So this is basically acting as a library, and this F1, F2, F3, which are Python files with a different functions, it will be act as a modules. Now after this, we have next. Okay, why modules are needed? Just like why when you need modules? Let's suppose you have one Python file in which you define one function which is called factorial. Okay, and you define let's say you define a function which is thousands of lines of code. So you define a function and let's suppose it is of thousands of lines of code. Let's suppose for example that okay, let's suppose for example that it is going to it is very long function and you need this in your this Python file. So you have to write this function. Let's say this function of calculation. That's function of calculation. Okay. Let's say you have a function of calculation and it is a very long function and you need it today in your today's program. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna create this function and use it. And let's suppose another day you want this function. So what you have to do, you have to again define this. And another day you want the function. So what will happen? You are defining this function multiple times in a while and it also makes your code very large. For example, let's make some function of calculation. Let's say this is V and let's say C is equals to A upon B. Okay, this is our previous try except function. Okay, not a function, basically it's just a file. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make it inside a function. VDF and calculate so here you can see we have a function which is 30 lines of code. Okay. So now let's say we have one more file. This is our main.py and we are going to create one more file. Let's say new one.py and we again need this function. Okay. Calculate a points and another day we again need this function and let's say here is your new codes. Let's say you have new code after this. Okay. And let's say on third day or for another program, let's name it as new.2.5 and you again need this function. So what you have to do, you are going to create again this function and new 2.5 codes. So what you do, again going to define some other function. Let's say this is random. I'm just going to show that function is using multiple times. So in order to avoid this, what you're going to do, you're going to import function. So for this purpose, what we make our library or module, either it is built-in or you can install from anywhere else, update your own, and save this function in that module, and after it you can reuse it again. Suppose that like if I do it like this, and let's say if I pasted it here. Okay, now after this, instead of this whole code, I can simply do import my mod. So what we are going to do, we are going to import my mod f1. Here you can see I am getting f1 here also. And now after this, I can simply write f1 dot f1 dot cal my mod dot f1 dot. Here you can see I am getting cal because this VS Code extension is VS Code is also saying that you have function which is named cal, so I can use this cal here. It's like 1 2, so let's say 1 plus 2 is 3, minus 2 is minus 1, 2 into 1 is 2, 0 point 1 point 2 0 point 1. Okay, now if I run this, I can see what happened. So it is asking the number form. So I can see, okay, it is also asking the path. Let's go with 5.txt. Okay, it is saying no match 0, 3.0. So we may make some difference in our mistake in our function. Therefore, it is re-asking. So in this case, you can see not match 0.0, or you can even, yeah. So here we have, I will just replace this 3 minus 1 2 and 0. Let me save it. And now if I run this again, I will 1 2 file.txt. So you can see all of the four values are matched. So in this way, you can use your own module. And I'm going to tell you how to create module after finishing this module and libraries part. So this is just a basic example. We are going to create modules and libraries at the end very properly. Okay, next one is since till here we are using this import statement as a general. It's like this is just syntax. But what is this does? I have imported this my mod f1 file. In the same way you can import a file. So what is this basically? It is a file in a system which is in a Python system which gives you this math. Suppose before continuing with this, let me show you one more thing. Your Python file modules are stored in some of the location of your file, either your current file location. If you have current file location, then too it will work, and else just import sys and sys.path. So let me traverse this for path sys.path and path. Okay, so I am getting these paths like C user strong app data local program. So if we have Python 3.11 and this .jf version, that library, most of the library modules are in this one. And so if you want to save a library to be working, you have to use it like this. You have to put your module here in this, or in this one, in this file location Python 3.11 library, or you can even put any of these file location, but it is recommended to put it in this one. Okay, so what is import math does? Import math is searching math module in this file location and this file location, in this file location. Okay, now let's try the ls. So So here you can see that I run this code and I got these several files with some of them abc.py, antigravity.py, base64.py. You don't need to modify it because these are inbuilt functions or some of them libraries we don't know about it actually. Okay, so now let's check our next file. After this we have Python. Then we have check for live. It does not have. You can also try like this dir import math and then dir. It also did not have. You will get all this at the end of this library as well. It is saying built-in functions. Okay, so I got it. For using, I don't know actually about this, but if you use like my imported file and then math.file underscore like this, you will get the file location of it. So okay, we have the math as a built-in module, so we don't have a file location for it directly. We cannot access its file location. For example, to try import math and to try math dot underscore. Because this is method to get a file location, so it is saying that it has no attribute underscore. So it means you cannot get its file location because it is built-in module. But we can check for this some of them like import random. I will try the random as a file location. So you can see I'm getting its file location in Python 3.11 library random. So it is in Python 3.11 and library. So it is a library. Now if I then I will try to get access all of the files. Here I may see is one file which is named as random.py. So you can see here is one file which name is random.py. Okay, so when I import random, so it is getting that it is importing all of the file of functions and all of things from that random.py file. And for math, it is built in, so it is affects all the files or system files. In the same way, Python is saying to math import math has math module is a built-in function, built-in module basically, not function. Okay, so our next one is importing module. We have done importing module. Now, now let's try dir. So what is dir? Dir basically lists all of the identifiers which are used in that module. Suppose if I use here, you can see I imported all of the modules math and random. Now if I try dir on random, okay, so I get so much. I have so many identifiers, but one of some of them are useful for us, just like choice, choices, random, random, rand range. Okay, now let's try dir on math. Math is a very large module. So we got some of them, some of the things. It's like you can see a cos h. If you don't know this, it is basically inverse of the. It's basically a cos is cos inverse, a sine is sine inverse, a sine h is sine h inverse, a tan is tan inverse. So in this way, you can see even your math has a factorial program which you creates, which are creating multiple times, and it has floor, up, odd, and LCM. So we can see we have also log, power, product, radians, remainder, sine, signage. Signage basically sine hypotenuse is different function for sine. And tan, tanage, tau, truncate, and we must also have pi somewhere. Okay, here we have pi. You can see pi, and we may also have e as a constant value. So let's try this first. Okay, now what we are going to from math, we are going to learn this next syntax. We have learned this first syntax, which is import module. Now second, which we are going to learn from math, from module import. It's like from module import. You can say any identifier object is more better. An object. So there's import. So when you try dir math, you have so many functions like functions and constants, or you can say objects like this. You can try to import anything. You can use like from math import e or pi. Okay. So in this way you can import. Now what will happen if I import it? Suppose I have currently it is like if I want to access any of the function of or identifier of math module, I have to use like math.py. If it is variable, then you can directly use this like this as a constant math.t. But if it is a function, so it's like I want to use factorial. Factorial. So math.factorial. Math.factorial basically. So let's say math.factorial 5. I got 120. Math.factorial. Let's try another. We have done this. Let's try for sine. Math. Try sine. Sine can accept any range. So let's say 120. Try this 30. And one more thing, math.sine accepts input in the form of radians. So we have to get first convert this degree into radians. So we are going to radian math dot. Math has also two more functions, it's like degree and radians. And if you are inputting in giving input in the form of degree, you have to convert it in the form of first radians. And let's convert it to radian. Radian accepts degree, basically number in the form of degree. And now if we try math.sine. Here you can see it is approximately 0.5, so it is getting floating error. That's not so it is floating error. And so in this way you can use math functions and values of math. But if you want only one of these functions, just like let me restart this and quickly I'm running it again. Okay. So currently I have math is not defined. If I'm not imported, so it is going to mean that math is not defined. Now I am going to import this, my import math, and when I execute math dot, it gives me all values. Okay, so but I don't want all values. I only want some of values. Okay, so what I'm going to do, Python and from math, I'm just going. If I want to import some of them, you can use like from math import pi. So now there is no math problem. It is saying math is not defined. Here you can see from math I'm imported pi. I'm not imported that pi. I'm not imported that math. Earlier we are importing math module directly. Now we have what we have done. This means from math module import a function of variable name which is pi. So what happened? And I can directly access pi instead of math.py. Earlier we have math.py. Now we have pi directly. So in this way we have to use from module import option. Okay, this is how it work. But now let's say if you want to import multiple libraries, it's like import numpy, panda, keyboard, math, and lambda. Okay, we are getting some inbuilt request. Inbuilt of this panda it has. So you can see for importing multiple files, you can use like this using comma. So for multiple files, we have system like for multiple files, we have to use multiple import names at the same time. Just like import module one, and separate each of every module with comma. So here is example of this. So in this way, we are going to import multiple of them. Now let's suppose if you want to import multiple, just like from random, you don't want only one, you want multiple from random, but not all of them. So what you can use it like from random, import random, and let's say we have two functions, we like random and rand range. We are going to cover this in random and byte module. So if you try to execute this, what happens? You will got random and you will also get rand range. And you try random, it throws you error. Okay, it does not give error. It is showing the file location because they imported random basically earlier. So therefore it is getting okay. So in this way you can import multiple objects from the file if you want to only import some of them but not all of them. So we have syntax like from module import object 1, object 2, object 3. Okay, so this is our example of okay, so this is all about okay. Next we have two more ways to import them. We have two more ways using import them. Basically three. In second one we have two or more ways. That also is the second part. We have two modules. So after this, yeah, from module we can import all like us if you want sign. We don't have sign. It's like from mod add import sign. So we have the sign now. Okay, but we don't have cost. What will it? So we can also use it like import math if you want all of the modules. But for this we have to use like math dot sign. So it is creating one extra word like math dot sign, math dot cost. Okay, so you have to use it like this. So now let's say math. Basically let's delete as a variable. Now I don't have math anything defined. Now what I don't want to use math dot sign, right? I want to use it like directly sign. So what I do from math import all. So for all we are going to start. Now if I try sign, it is built-in function. Cos built-in function. Tan built-in function. Sin h built-in function. A sin h. So you can directly use this without doing math part. So basically it is used to import all of the objects. So you can use it like from module import obj1 like from math import all basically not obj1. Okay. So this is the fourth way which I'm going to import importing a math library, importing a library in a Python. Now we have two more ways remaining. Okay. So for these two more ways, you can use it like okay. Currently we don't have math model. Now we are going to import math as let's say calculation model. Now to try math, it is not defined, but I try calculation model. It is defined. It is saying that module math built in. What does it mean? It means that our math module is imported as a name of calculation model. So as is used for analysis, and analysis means giving a different name for this. So it is just giving a different name. It is same as just the example one. For that, you have to just add as at the end. So you are going to rename it for your own use. So it is like import module as your custom name. You can give any name. Make sure it is valid identifier. So we have example like import math as calculation model. So in this way, you can use the Python library, this math module in the Python library. Okay, now next one is okay. We can do one more thing like from math import sign as math sign function. Now to try sign, so it is defined due to earlier one. Let me delete this. Delete sign. Now if I run this again, if I try sign, it is not defined. But if I try math underscore sign underscore function, it is defined as built-in function sign. So you can also use it like from module import. It is like object as again your custom name for this from math import sign as math sign mod function. Okay, so in this way you can import. So basically we have almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different ways in which basically 5 is majorly used, and you can also use for analysis if you want to give name. We have two more of them. This is as function. So in this way you can import your functions in Python. Now next one is okay, we have done this. Next one is help. We have already done dir. Basically what is dir? If you write for dir of this sign, let's dir of this. Okay, this is different thing. Basically it is giving from float. Now dir math. If we have math, import math, and we try dir of math. So basically for getting all of the identifiers which are used in your module, you have to use dir and help. You can try to use help. So here you can see it is giving all of the things like help on built-in module. Here you can see it is saying built-in module math. Therefore, we are not getting violation of math. Earlier it was error. Now you can see name math description. Basically, its name is math description. This module provides access to mathematical functions. As you see, function cos as assign, and in the same all of the function is going to return cos, cosh, degrees, and lots of functions there are. You can press enter and see all of them. We have log 10, log 2, log 1, and so on. Radians, squares, and data. In data, we have equals to this like this. INF is infinite, man is infinite. Basically, it's used in some mathematical conditions, and so that's it. And here we have pi and e pi, and tau is just a half. It's a multiple. It's a pi times two. Basically, it's multiple of two. So now if I try, okay, we are now going to create our own module. Okay, so we are not going to create this module in a very proper way. We are just going to create in a casual way. Just to show you again example. Okay, so it's like I have a main.py. I have here main.py, and new, let's say I have this. I'm going to create one function like I'm going to create one function like here add a commodity and then first we are just making are going to just return a plus. So return a plus b, it is going to store in some value in which function is returned, and both of them is going to print. So now if I try to import this, let's say I'm in Python and I import, basically my file name is new one, so I'm going to import new one. So you can see I got new one, and if I try to .dir new one, you can see these are the built-in things. What main thing is you have to see from here. I got my function add at the end. Let's try one more time, and let's try to save one value. My underscore value is equals to 2026.5. Let's say like this and like this. And just read on this if you are going to update your if you have updated your library, I mean Python file which you want to import. You have to read on the Python. And now if I import new one, and if I again run the dir on the new one, here you can see I got two things, add and myval. And if I try help on new one, there you can see, show you, can see help on module new one, name new one, and function. You can see we are getting function. So help is also listing our function, and we have one data myval, and file location is this file location. If you have not noticed, here is my file location. It is showing here e colon e yt python. So it is also showing e colon yt python, and this is also file name e1.py. So it is complete file location. So in this way, you can create your own module. Basically, it's a temporary module. And then we are going to create package in part 5. So basically, this all for today. And in next one, we are going to run our random module and math.